Hello, welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews, and today we're going to look at a beer that is from England, not Japan, and actually I don't think we consider it a craft beer. It's probably a mass market beer. It's from a very large brewery called Greene King, and the beer is this one. It's called Greene King IPA, India Pale Ale. But I think we might want to classify it as a session IPA because the alcohol by volume is only 3.6%, so quite low. But first, a little bit about Greene King. They're a long-established brewery, 1799 in Suffolk, and they've expanded, in recent years. They own lots of pubs, restaurants, even hotels. And their high-selling cask ales are this one, Greene King IPA, and especially Greene King Abbot Ale. And in 2019, they sold to a company in Hong Kong called CK Assets. And I was reading that there's a kind of nickname for them, Greedy King. And that, of course, implies that they are very active commercially. And if you go on their website, you can see, the number of pubs and restaurants and hotels that they do have. Now, this beer is on Rate Beer. It's somehow classified as a bitter, best or ordinary, and they call it an IPA here. It is 3.6% and 24 IBUs, so a little bit low on both ends for an IPA. 308 yen, where I bought it, and that translates to $2.06 or 2.28 euros. It is a 500 milliliter can, so quite inexpensive, I think. Rate Beer, there were 733 ratings, and the average was 2.48, not terribly high, below the kind of critical 3.0 line. This is out of 5. And only 8 percentile for all beers on Rate Beer, and 3 percentile for its style, which is bitter, ordinary, or best. So Untapped, 6,618 separate ratings, and the average is a bit higher, 2.83. Okay, so let's give this one a go. Checking the ingredients on the back, it is malt, hops, sugar, and caramel coloring. I don't like that, but I always hate to see something like flavoring or coloring in a beer. But let's give this a go. I don't know why they had to give it a caramel color. Okay, Greene King, of course, it's spelled Greene, and apparently quite a few famous people, including the novelist Graham Greene. And many years ago, in my maybe 30s, I guess, I went through the majority of his novels, serious novels, and what he called entertainments, like detective ones and that sort of thing. So I really enjoyed his, and travel books too. He wrote a book on Mexico. He wrote a book on traveling in Liberia in the 1920s. So, any case, I don't know how much connection he has to beer except for the name. Okay, so it is kind of coppery, sort of coppery brown, light coppery brown, with a good quarter finger of off-white head. Okay, it does smell more like a bitter actually than an IPA. 24 IBUs, not going to get a lot of aroma here, but it does have definitely a roasty, light roasty, sort of caramel, light fruity, maybe something like apples infused with roses. Not bad, really. Not a bad aroma. Okay, flavor much the same. Light stone fruit. Definitely apples. Something lightly bitter and mid-palate. It seems like the apple is going rotten. The apple has poison. Yeah. I get a tiny bit of pruniness, maybe. And not much else. It does get kind of watery. From mid-palate on, it is really, really quite watery. Yeah, I don't think I could rate this terribly highly. Yeah, it's drinkable, and it could be something you might, go through, several pints in a pub, because it is so low in alcohol, really. So you probably could do it, but can't really recommend it that highly. You'll find this in Yamaya stores throughout Japan, if it's still around. I'm not sure. I bought this about a month ago or so. And again, it's called Greene King IPA, 3.6% and 24 international bittering units, called a bitter on Rate Beer, not an IPA. Okay, well, that's it for today. We are into the new year now. I hope your new year is starting better than things have started here in Japan. First couple days here were full of bad news, but since then it seems to be better, and I hope your days are better. Take care. Bye-bye.